Alright, what's up, guys? Squid here. I kind of want to do something new. Like, I always wanted to do story time on my YouTube, kind of like the good old days. Like the good old days. Like, Kostif doing all that story time shit. So, yeah. To start off the story, this, like, took place back, like, maybe 5, almost 6 years ago. When me and the boys were, like, teenagers. Like, we were, like, youngins. Uh, we went to our friend's house like all the time. Like he lived in the country, so we could just do whatever the fuck we want. And that's exactly what we did. We always did this thing as like a kind of a tradition. I can't even say that right. We kind of always did this thing as a tradition where we would walk from his house to the nearest gas station. It would take, I don't know, like maybe fucking almost an hour. Like it would take like at least 20 to 30 minutes to walk there and then walk back. And we did this at like 3 in the morning because we were just fucking stupid ass teenagers. It would be like 3 in the morning and we're just doing this. And I feel like it would be kind of scary to just see it as like a different perspective. Like you just see like 7 teenagers like walking down the street in the countryside, so there's like no street lights, so it's just dark ass street. That's the whole like gif to give you an idea like what we usually do at the hangout. We usually call it hangouts. So one night it was kind of weird. Like we had the entire the entire friend group was there. Like and we had like 3 extra people there too. So it was like what, at least like 9 people walking down the street and shit. Um, One of our other friends, he brought his wax pen, so us little teenagers being like, let me take a hit, let me take a hit. So we all took hits. I took one. I didn't really fucks with that shit, and it just seemed off that night because the moon was like blood red, like it was scary red. So that was kind of like a little nerve wracking. And so usually doing our normal shit, walking towards the fucking 7-Eleven, whatever it was. And it started getting weird after I noticed the red moon. We kept on seeing like dead animals like on the side of the road. And it was crazy. Like we at least saw like what, maybe 3 or 5 dead animals. And they weren't even like wild animals. They were like cats, like household cats. I think one was like a chihuahua and was so fucking weird. And I was already spooked on that shit. And it was funny too, cause like all my friends were like high, I guess. I don't know what wax pens get you high. I only took like one hit. All my friends were just, like acting normal, and I'm just like, dude, this is weird. Like this is a weird night. Like I have really bad vibes of this shit. And like I just wanna go back to the house already. Like after we get our snacks. Like we gotta hurry up with this shit. And everyone was like, "Ah, it's okay, it's okay." Shit was so fucking spooky to think about. And, minus all of that, walking down and we hear this car going at least like 90, bro. Hella fast down the road. Like, it's the country. It's the countryside. No one's fucking out there. And like they're going crazy. And then you see them like up ahead because there's no street lamps. So it was like pitch dark, pitch black, fuck. And you just see their blinker lights on the back of their car slowly like stop, and then you can see them turn around and make a U-turn towards us, and we're like, oh fuck, like this is not good. Like we're in the country. Like if we called like the police, like it would take them forever to get here. And so when they came back, they shit you not, they started screaming the N-word at us for some god knows what reason. Started screaming the N-word at us, and we were just like, what the fuck, dude? And we thought it was just a one time thing. They did it again. They did a U turn and just did it again, calling us the N word, like hard ER, everything. They finally stopped. They like moved on because, it's a group of like 9 people like rushing your car. So I would stop too. Shit. And then continuing on, it was just normal. And then our friend's neighbor, the one that we go to his house all the time in the country, he has like this like methed out biker as a neighbor, like down the street. And we passed by his house. We weren't being like destructive, like we weren't being loud because it was 3 in the morning, dude. Like fuck. And he was just sitting out on his porch, and we passed by him. Nothing was like out of the ordinary. Like, I mean, it'd be kind of weird to see just a group of teenagers walking by your house at fucking 3 in the morning. So we passed by him. Nothing out of the ordinary. We passed by the bridge, and the bridge on our like journey to the store is like the halfway point. So we knew we were almost there, and you could hear a motorcycle behind us, and we're like, "What the fuck?" And it was the neighbor, and he drove by hella fast. And while he was driving by hella fast, our friend did like the YMCA dance for some reason, because I don't know, it was kind of funny. They were like high as shit, and we all thought it was funny. We were like, giggling, because it was harmless. It was just a little YMCA dance. The biker does a fucking U-turn. We're like, oh my god, again, dude? Like, what the fuck is up with people trying to fuck with us? The biker does a U-turn and he comes up to us. He's like, hey, I don't want to see you guys around my fucking property again. And to note, we weren't on his property. Like, we were kind of like on the roadish. So that's why it was kind of stupid to walk on the country road and whatever. And he's like, if I ever see you guys around my property again, I will fucking kill you. And I will not be afraid to do it. And we're just like, what the fuck? Like, how you gonna threaten a bunch of like 15-year-olds, bro? Like, what the fuck? So we're just like, oh, we're all spooked out because it's just been a weird night the entire time walking to the thing. And we finally get to the store, and there's like more like dead animals, like right outside the store, like on the side where it's like a dirt pathway. I don't know, you kind of had to see it to like have it in your head, but there was just like more like run over roadkill. And it was so fucking weird. So we got our energy drinks, we got our snacks, and we're ready to go home. But we're just like, wait, fuck. There's like no other way home besides passing by that dude's house. And for sure, he's going to be camping he's going to be camping that shit like it's Call of Duty. So we're just like, fuck, dude, we got to be smart about this. And our friend's mom was asleep. We didn't want her like in the beef because like if we told him that the fucking biker threatened us, obviously it would have been a bigger thing. So we're just like, fuck, dude, how are we going to do this? So we started playing some James Bond shit, and we used the darkness to our advantage. But his house had this really bright fucking like porch light, and it could like come out to the street, like it like loomed onto the street a bit, bro. So when we got to his house, bro was chilling out there, like sitting on his porch, like ready. And we're like, holy fuck, how are we going to do this? So we're just sitting there wondering. We started playing that James Bond music, and we fucking just started. We were like crouch walking using the darkness to our advantage. And as soon as we got like out of range, we started booking it towards his house. And it was fucking spooky. So yeah, we got him to his house, and we were all just like, bro, that is fucking wild. No way somebody like threatened to kill like a bunch of fucking 16-year-old, 15-year-olds. That's pretty much it. Like, nothing else happened after that. We're pretty sure he's like a methed out biker because the way he looked and the way he sounded, he was definitely on drugs and shit. So yeah, that's our story on how we got threatened by a biker, and it was such a weird night. Never go outside on a red moon, because weird as shit will start happening. Well, I hope you enjoyed this story. If you want more, I'm going to do more anyways, so fuck you. I'll see you guys later.